Hello, welcome. Welcome to video series, video tutorial series for Drupal. Okay. This video will quickly show you how to um, automate um, adding 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 a image text, alternative text to any image on your website using Drupal 9. So I'm using Drupal 9, but basically this will also work for Drupal 8 and 10, the same process. So why do we need to add text, a text, an alt text or alternative text on image? Normally that is required for web accessibility, meaning people need to understand for accessibility purposes, people with accessibility concerns would need to understand, people like visually impaired or the blind people. They need to understand, or at least their machine that they're using, they need to understand that this image, when they're browsing the website, that this particular image here, this banner on the right side, is something like that image should have an alt text that will describe the thumbnail or the image itself. Okay. Out of the box, you don't have that in most platforms or in your website building. So this step will show you how to automate this. All right. Using certain text coming from other fields of your content type. So for example, let me pull up an example here. We have this particular test page, and it's a particular test page which does not have an image yet. So probably this is a member page, an individual member page. So probably I'll need to upload a photo. Okay. So normally you probably upload a photo. Let's choose a photo that's good enough for demonstration. Okay, here, a good enough size. Normally, by default, Drupal, it does not have any value. You need to enter manually any text that you would want to serve as the alternative text of this image. So probably you'd put in uh, a manual text, right? But it's kind of very manual, and it beats the purpose of automating things when you're using a CMS. So with Drupal, there is a step, or there is a series of steps where you can automate that, and you can call any values as coming from other fields. So for example, since this content will always be a member profile, and any member photo will probably have the necessary should have the first name and probably the last name. And to automate that as coming from values coming from other fields, to automatically add these two fields. So add the first name field here and the last name field here. You can automate that using Drupal. So how to do that? So probably for those, you need some understanding on how Drupal works. So probably this content type was created using, this is a member profile content type, was created using these fields. So we have a first name, last name, member photo, and of course the out of the box core default body field. And um, out of the box, you cannot automate that unless you install a module called image field tokens. All right. So you could simply go to Drupal image field token and look for that field, for that module. Okay. And once you have that, you simply install that. Okay. So to install that using the manual way, you'd probably go here, extend, install new module. And from here, from the project page, just copy the link address, which is in FTP, add that, and continue. And it will install it. And once you have installed that, you probably go to extend. I wouldn't have to do that because I already installed it earlier using command line. Uh, and once it's already uploaded, installed but not enabled yet, that's the time you need to go back to extend and filter for that module and simply check this and install, which means to enable it already. So once that's enabled, going back to your to your field settings where the different fields are for this content type is. So normally the member photo was created using the default was created using the default image field type. Okay. All right. Once you've created that, so just to give you a sneak preview, once you insert an image field, it will, as you call label photo, and uh, you can put that as required or not. And also you can uh, tell this field where to upload the photos. Of course, this is a this is a folder that needs to reside in your server. You have to create that separately. And once you have that folder already, you put that here. Okay, the name of the subfolder, the directory. And of course, the alt field, as you can see, is enabled, and you can even make this required for SEO purposes and accessibility. This is good practice. This needs to be required. Okay. And other field settings. Okay. So on the field settings, you now need to, out of the box, this is blank. So you can actually automate to assign those other fields. So for example, the field values of those other fields. So you probably want to get the first name and then the last name, and that will be put up here, right? Okay. So probably you want the first name here, plus just put some space or comma if needed. And in this case, this is a first name and last name, so no need for a comma. All right. Basically that's what's needed. But to do this properly, you need tokens, right? In Drupal, there is a thing called tokens. And the reason why we install the image field token is that we want to integrate some functionality between the image core module and the token module. So you need to install token if you haven't done that yet. Okay. Drupal token module. Okay. You need to install that. Okay. Alongside image field token, probably you need token first before image field. Okay. And, install the same way. Okay. And enable the same way. So once those two modules are already available, you can now view under the help page for the token. You need to get a list of tokens that represents those two fields. This is the machine name as saved on the database. So you need to get the token value of that, the token version of that. So for the token, so just filter it from the module page. Here's the token. There's a help button here. Just open that up. And you probably want to find these two fields. All right. These two fields. So probably anything that has underscore member. Okay. This is a long list of tokens as being used in your website. It's kind of slow. It's kind of slow. This is still on a testing environment. That's the reason why. Okay. So this is the full list of token as available from this URL or as coming from the help link. And maybe just quickly search for underscore token, underscore member. Right? It's still loading because it's a very long list of tokens. Okay. And find member. and you'll probably get, you should expand the nodes because these fields are part of a node or a content type. So this is a Drupal thing. And then quickly find member. And as you can see, you can now find that this is the token of the first name of our content type, and also this is the last name. All right. So just quickly copy that in a particular order that you wish to present that. You just simply copy that. Your first name, this is the value of that field. This is the token value of that field. And just edit it here on the image field settings, manage field, image field settings. Put that pattern here. All right. And then the second one, the last name, just add that after a space. Okay. And save it. That's one setting under manage fields. This time you also need to go to the to enable the token, the image token, to work with token, you need to go to manage form. Okay. And under the the image field here, by default, this is image, without image field token yet, which you cannot automate the title field. So you need to switch that to image field tokens and save that. And then just go over to manage display also and do the same thing, right? Number photo. Previously this is image, but this time you want to show the image with support for image field tokens for the title text and alt text. You can even automate that for the title text if you want, but in our case, just the alt text. All right. So once that's done, you can now create a test content to the member profile. Okay, so let us say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a member ID. This is a test, Rome, image field. No. Maybe let's put up something very unique. This is my last name, which will be added as an alt text. And this is image. Let's just say image field. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Last name should be here. First name should be here. But this is my last name so that we can see if it's displayed or not, or if it will work or not. And probably just upload the photo. Something just good enough, big enough so it's nice to see. Okay, that's too big, actually. And as you can see, there is an automated value that was inputted when you said this will be the same. This will be the one that will be used for the member photo. I think I did it wrong. I think we don't need to put it here in the field, in the edit field settings. I think you just need to put it under here. Let's see. Let's try. Let's try. It's already there. So let's try. Okay. So if I save this now, this will now be replaced by the value of these two fields. Okay. And let's save that. Let's save and edit. So we can go back to edit as needed and quickly click here, view. All right. To get a preview, a same preview. And therefore, I now have a display of the field names, the values of the field names, but also at the same time, if I inspect that, now a value here that says, that gets the value of the first name field and the last name field. So this is very good for SEO and accessibility. So if you want to do the same thing for, title text, title tag for images, you could probably just go back here. Okay. So it works. you need to put it in three things. First, the field settings, which is this one, right? You need to put it in the manage fields, manage form, display, and manage display. So edit it here first. So we'll use the same format as the image, is the title tag of the image. Save that. Okay. And go to manage form. You probably also want it there. No, it's already there because, this is, for the manage form, manage display, we only need to do this, switch to image field tokens instead of the core image field, module. All right. So that's it. So if I try to refresh this, probably it will now have a title text for the image as well. So that if you mouse over on the image, especially if it's a hyperlink, oh, it's not working. Let me see. Okay. I think it will only display if it becomes a hyperlink. So that's the purpose of title tags for images, right? So at least for alt text, it works. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, and oh, by the way, remember that location where we indicated where it will be uploaded in a particular folder. So it's now under member photos. Okay. So that was the one thing here that we set it here. We said that any images for this content type will be uploaded under member photos. And there you go. Member photos, this part here. It's now under the member photos. All right. And this is a system generated file settings. Okay. Which you do not see anymore in the configuration. All right.